Hello, viewers. I'm glad you're here. Today, I'm making one-day rice wine. This is emergency makgeolli. It's called ililju, just literally one-day wine. This is the recipe I'm going to follow. It's a historical recipe from the 1700s. And this is the entire recipe in Chinese characters. I want to show you what book it's from. It's from this book from 1766. It has a lot of alcohol recipes in it. And in particular, it has this recipe for one-day rice wine. So first step, make porridge using 2 dui of sweet rice that is neither thick nor thin. Second step, add 5 hope of fine yeast powder, that's nuruk powder, and transfer to a clay pot. So that's a 25% ratio between the nuruk and the rice. Then stir with a stick continuously. When bubbles form after 6 or 7 hours, seal the clay pot immediately and cover with a thick layer and set aside on top of warm ondol. That's the heated floor, the Korean-style heated floor. Then it says it will be ready to serve in the evening. So this really is a one-day rice wine recipe. So what's special about this recipe is the amount of stirring. It seems like you're supposed to stir it continuously for 6 or 7 hours. There's actually 2 recipes for one-day rice wine in this manuscript, and I'm following the second recipe. So this is a 250-year-old recipe. Let's see how it works out. Let's brew. So I'm measuring 50 grams of nuruk, 100 milliliters of water, and I am adding some yeast. I'll explain more about why I add yeast later. Right now I'm going to make the juk, so I'm using 200 grams of sweet rice flour and 800 milliliters of water. So 4-to-1 ratio. And then stir this continuously on medium-low heat until it thickens. And this is sort of fun. Usually I make juk with regular rice powder, but this is sweet rice powder. And so the texture is going to be different. And it takes around 12 minutes for this to thicken up. So that might seem like a lot of stirring, but I'm just getting started. Yeah, look at this texture. It's very goopy. The sweet rice juk really sticks to itself and is all gooey. So put that aside to cool. And after it's cooled down, yeah, it's so goopy. Okay, it's still warm, but it's cooled down enough. Let's add the nuruk that I soaked in water. Okay, so now we're going to stir a lot. So stirring is going to soften the porridge. That's one thing that it does. It's also going to boost the enzymes that break down the starch into sugar. And it's going to encourage the lactic acid bacteria and get the yeast reproducing. And that's one of the reasons I added yeast to this, because if I just relied on the yeast in my nuruk, which is a bit old now, it might take a day or two just for the yeast to get started. And I don't have that kind of time. This is an emergency makgeolli recipe. It's all done in a day. So in order to give myself the best chance of success, I added some of that wine yeast. I'm going to stir on the counter here for 15 minutes. It does become a lot more liquid. It's not as goopy as before. And that's good because I want to pour it into my jar here. So now I can pour it. But the stirring has only begun. So I'm going to hold this close to my body, keep it warm. I'm going to hold it like a baby and stir it for hours. Yeah, this is what it looks like after an hour of stirring. It's really liquid now. No trace of the juk texture. This is what it looks like after 2 hours of stirring. Yeah, it's completely liquid. Now the thing is, I don't have time today to sit down and stir this for 6 hours, but I hope stirring it for more than 2 hours is enough. There are some bubbles in it. I think the idea is that you stir it so much that there's so much oxygen that the yeast really reproduces a lot and the lactic acid bacteria reproduces a lot. So you get a lot of activity at the beginning and you're able to get away with a shorter fermentation period. So I think that's the idea. So I listened to it. It's not really bubbling yet. I am going to put it in my temperature controlled chamber at 25 degrees Celsius. Next morning, it is bubbly, so it is really foamy now. That temperature helped a lot, I think. Unlike the original recipe where it says it'll be done by the evening, I am going to let this ferment for a full 24 hours. Then I boil my filter bag. And it's a bit tough to strain this. It's only a small amount, but it took quite a bit of effort to strain it. A reminder, if you're interested in more details about emergency makgeolli, please check out my earlier video. The jjigae is 108 grams, which is a lot for the amount of rice I put in at the beginning and the amount of nuruk in this. Quite a bit of jjigae. I'm pretty sure this could have fermented longer, but this is a one-day rice wine recipe, so I have to bottle it today. Okay, let's taste it. All right, so it's an emergency. I'm not going to wait 3 days to drink this. I do notice it has settled. The sediment looks really soft, and the clear layer is quite cloudy. I guess that's to be expected. I did let this ferment for pretty much a full day instead of just half a day like the recipe. The thing was, when I stirred it, it never really foamed up, so I did give it the extra time. It was really fermenting. It was bubbling so rapidly, like it was fizzing. So that's great. And yeah, let's taste this now. And I should mention, I kept this in the fridge with the cap quite open because I knew this was generating a lot of carbon dioxide. So I let that gas escape. Now looking at this, the texture looks good, and the smell is quite sour. But it's the right kind of sour. It's that lactic kind of sour. So that smells really like authentic, even though this only fermented for 1 day. It smells really nice. Sort of the rice and the lactic smell. Okay, a bit tingly, sweet. It's not sour. Despite the aroma, this is not sour. It's actually fairly sweet, and it's not strong in alcohol. If I had to guess, I'd say this was less than 3% alcohol. It's already diluted. There's a lot of water in this compared to the amount of rice, and it fermented for a short amount of time, so there can't really be a lot of alcohol in here. So I think this is less than 3%. This is more like convenience store makgeolli. The texture is good. It's not grainy. It's smooth, but it does taste sort of watery and weak. Yeah, so that's what I get from this. Just a simple, pleasant flavor. Yeah, so if it's an emergency, you can make this. It does take a lot of effort in stirring. in mixing that brew for hours. So hope you found this interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you ever needed emergency makgeolli? Thank you for watching.